Seems to me that love is everywhere. Often it's not particularly dignified or newsworthy, but it's always there. Fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, husbands and wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, old friends. When the planes hit the Twin Towers, as far as I know, none of the phone calls from the people on board were messages of hate or revenge. They were all messages of love. If you look for it, I've got a sneaky feeling you'll find that love actually is all around.
Hello friends, it's the Blind Guy here coming at you with another Should You Watch movie review, and today we are reviewing 2003's Love Actually, directed by Richard Curtis and starring a whole bunch of actors, including Liam Neeson, Hugh Grant, Keira Knightley's in this, Emma Thompson's in it, the great Alan Rickman's in it. It's got a bunch of actors in it, and the reason for that is because it actually follows several, it seems like there's 7 or 8 different storylines that are all interconnected about what the meaning of love is. This was a fairly common tactic in the movie making in the early 2000s, including Magnolia. This movie, Crash tried to do it unsuccessfully, but this movie does it fairly well. I'll be honest, I enjoyed this movie, but I think it's fairly flawed, and here's what I have against it. So I think the story is interesting. The acting is very solid, but the movie has some tonal problems. That it goes from being very serious at times to way too goofy at other times, and it doesn't fit. There's a scene, or one of the themes in the movie is a British guy who's going to America because he thinks he can get laid in America because of his British accent. That whole storyline seems like it's from like a Van Wilder movie or something. It does not fit with the rest of the movie. There's also another one where there's an aging singer who's done a Christmas song. I hate that storyline too because it doesn't fit the rest of the movie. The other storylines in the movie besides those two are really pretty interesting and pretty well done, but I feel like those two really detract from the movie. Another issue I had with it is I think this movie could have been much better if it had only been PG-13. It's actually a fairly hard R, and I don't feel like it fits the subject matter. This is the kind of movie my mom would love, but will never watch because it has so much nudity in it and such rough language. I just don't see why they did that, who their target audience was, because most people that like the raunchier comedy elements aren't drawn to more of a romantic comedy type movie like this, or even a romantic dramedy, I guess you could call it. So I wasn't sure if Richard Curtis really had an audience in mind. It seems like he's going to turn off any group that he's trying to appeal to with this movie. But that being said, though, the movie's extremely popular, so apparently it worked with some people. I just think it would have been better if they had toned down those elements and had focused more on the stories themselves, because the stories are interesting. They're actually they're fairly well done, and they actually all connect together fairly well. So I did enjoy the movie. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on it. I do think that if you like these types of movies, even if you like romantic comedies, or if you like the movies where they're all intertwined like that, like Magnolia, and you're not going to be bothered by the rougher elements in this movie, definitely check it out. You will enjoy it. It scores an IMDb score of 7.6. I think that's a little high. I would have put it 7.2-ish, which is in that range of a movie you should watch but not necessarily own. I'm not going to own this one. An interesting little bit of trivia is that all the scenes filmed at Heathrow Airport at the beginning of the movie and at the end are real people meeting and greeting after being away for a long time. The camera crew actually camped out there for like a week and filmed just meetings and then got the permission to use them in the movie. I thought that was pretty cool. The movie starts off really pretty neat with those. Another little bit of a goof up in the movie is during the Christmas party, you can tell that the people dancing are not dancing to the music that was later dubbed into the movie. It doesn't match up. They're dancing to a much faster song, it looks like. So I just found that interesting. Let me know in the comments below if you guys really disagree. I know this is a bit of a cult classic or just a very popular movie, But I did enjoy it. I just think it suffered from a few things that could have been cleaned up in the movie. But that's my opinion of Love Actually. I will catch you guys on the next episode. Laters on the Minjay.
Laters on the Minjay.